It's Kaiju time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today I'm going to have a look at the S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla from the 2002 version movie. I think it was didn't they have like a Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla remake? Yeah, there you go. There he is. There's also a Mechagodzilla figure. Probably not gonna get that because it's super expensive. As you know me, I pick up some Godzilla figures and this might even be the last one. I mean, I wanted a super classic one. I wanted one from the 90s, like 80s, 90s, which I remember most. And I wanted a little bit more of a newer version. I mean, as new as 2002 is, alright? Quite frankly, I don't really like the most recent Godzilla ones because they stray away too far from the original design. And this is where this guy fits in. Because he looks a lot more menacing, while still retaining that original Godzilla design. But regardless of that, let's have a look of the size of this guy. He stands at almost, let's see, moving in, yeah, almost 17 centimeters to the top of his head, which means he's a little shy of 7 inches tall and menacing. That's the theme of this guy. Straight up black, no shading. He looks super scaly, but it doesn't, with the lack of shading, or well, not really shading, like just kind of like an effect, maybe a little bit slimy. I had that with the previous ones. Focus on the face real quick. That's what I'm talking about when I mean they still retain the old school Godzilla look. I like the eyes, that they're a bit more shiny than the rest of his really dark body. And mute color, there's seemingly a little bit of blood on the teeth. I don't know. Teeth are all over the place. He does not have a good dentist. The molded detail on this is just something to behold, with his entire scaly body and almost a little bit sharp also. Just keep it away from small children. I mean, this is a collector's item anyway. I don't know why you would buy this for your children. His claws also look really dirty. We don't have straight up white, it's just like grayish, going over to a darker tone. Once again, a bit more shiny as the teeth and the eyes. And that makes it look really good when you have the entire muted. It sticks out. You have the entire muted body color, and you got a little bit more shiny teeth and claws. I think this is where the paint job really shines, but also the molding. I like how wild it is. It's not consistent, like you have a bigger one over here, and then you have the small ones off to the side. There's a lot that went into this. And as I mentioned for the paint job, you got somewhat of the same grayish white with black over it, and I really love how like the small white lines that go down here. And look at this one, look at this one, damn, this effect is great. It's an awesome combination of mold and very nice paint job to bring out the detail in it even more. Now I want to move on to the articulation. I've already shown you that the mouth can open, and it opens pretty wide. I didn't even have a look at the tongue, by the way. It has a tongue in there. Can open that all the way up, and also bring it out to the side a little bit, although I don't know what the point of that is. So yeah, for the neck articulation, you have ball packs that combine. So you have certain points of articulation. You have the ball on the pack in the neck over there, as we've just seen. Let me tuck that back in there, which makes it move to the side, and it goes forward and back. Of course, it gets blocked a lot by the mold over here, but as a result, it looks very clean. The articulation, you could say it's limited, so you're not gonna be able to make the greatest action poses with this guy. But on the other hand, it's Godzilla. He's not supposed to be extremely mobile, so you can move that. You can also move the head around, probably all the way. Does it go all the way? It does go all the way. So for your arm articulation, you can rotate it around in the socket over here. Let's see, without disconnecting it. Once again, it is just ball joints. Moves up and down, and that goes for every articulation point over here. You can rotate that around. Moves up and down a little bit. And as for the elbow, that moves all the way up over here. So all those ball joints, that's probably a hinge somewhere in there. And he's just connecting a bit. We have just a ball peg in there, not even a hinge with it. I actually tried to move it up and down, but that's not really getting anywhere. For your torso articulation, does go back and forth, fairly decent. Let's go side to side, same thing. It does rotate around a little bit. Then we also got the middle piece over here. Can wave that back and forth. Does not really go side to side. And the crotch piece. Let's see, if you combine all of this, what do you get? And what are we getting out of this? Hunched over a little bit. If I want to move all of this back, pretty straightened out. It takes a lot of trying out, guys, I just gotta tell you this. Leg goes out, it goes not really forward that much. Goes back, I feel like a little bit better. And of course you can rotate it around. Then you have a knee. That's a classic double hinge knee. All the molded detail in there prevent really from breaking up the sculpt too much. I mean, it will be broken up because it's a knee joint. Knee joints are the bane of my existence. Bane. But what the hell? For your foot articulation, I think there's just a ball joint under there once again, and it's covered up by this floaty piece, so you can wriggle that side to side, can bring it forward a little bit, back. And then we get to the tail. Has a couple of articulation pieces over here. There's one. There's another one in there. There's another one in there. Yeah. I mean, some of them just wiggle up and down a little bit. Some of them, I mean, all of them rotate around. But as they get smaller, I think there's less to be had with this. And that's another thing. You can bring it up. You can almost make a circle with it. You can bring it up to his body if you want to, or completely straighten it out. Let me see if I can make a curve with it, yeah. Well, like an S shape? Yeah, it works. Takes some pushing, playing around with it, but get some decent posability out of the tail, wasn't expected. And here they are, the Lizard Squad, my 3 choices of Godzilla. We got the 1964 First Emergence version, we got the 1993 Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla in the Ori poster edition. I'm not gonna butcher that name right now. And funnily enough, this is the only one that has the original, that I have in the original released, and not some repaint version. These two are repaint versions, and that's what I talked about when you got all the shading, and these two. Looks really scaly, really slime on this one, but I already reviewed these two, so you can go back and watch those if you want to, but I just want to give you an overlook of my personal preference of Godzillas. We have these 3. Another thing, yes, he definitely is the tallest one of the bunch. He's incredibly hunched over right now, and he's already reaching up to, give me keys, to the 93 version. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get these guys out of here and have a look at the final thoughts. And that's gonna bring me to the final thoughts, because he does not have any accessories, and I'm really trying hard to get him to lean over a little bit, but the tail is really heavy. That's a great pose. I'm proud of that one. Probably will not stay that way. I mean, if I just put the tail down, can't really put the tail down all the way like that. Really playing around with this tail over here. There's a joke in there, but I'm not gonna do it, so yeah. Anyhow, final thoughts of this figure, because once again, he does not have any accessories, unfortunately. But, I mean, I don't really mind it that much, because, like, all the energy effects. A blast is always cool, but it takes so much space, I'm probably not using it anyway half the time. But, what do I think about this figure? The overall package, once again, I mean, the MonsterArts does not disappoint. It's pretty much always more the same. In terms of, if you've seen one Godzilla figure, you've probably seen them all. And that's not a bad thing by any means, because why would you change a winning formula? Because it's definitely a winning formula. So overall, detail of the figure is fantastic. I love the fact that all the joints are hidden. You really can't see any joints. You don't have any big holes, except for maybe here a little bit. I say big holes, there aren't really any big holes. But overall, the figure looks smooth. The articulation is very nice, more than you would expect at first sight. And the paint job, I mean, on this one specifically, there's not really that much paint to speak of, but what's there is done cleanly, for example, like the teeth and the fantastic paint job in the spikes over here. So overall, yes, I do recommend it, so go out and get yourself Godzilla from 2002. And I really like this design, by the way. Yeah. I'm a big fan, so there you go. As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Godzilla wants.